Listen to me. The very pain you're trying to escape, the very struggle you're ashamed of, is the same thing that can make you unstoppable. Every setback you face, every tear you've cried, every door that slammed in your face, it's not the end of your story. It's the beginning of your comeback. Struggle is not your enemy. It's your greatest weapon if you're bold enough to use it. Struggles are often seen as something negative, something to be avoided at all costs. But in reality, they are the very experiences that build strength, character, and resilience. When you go through hard times, you are being stretched beyond your comfort zone. And it is in that stretching that growth takes place. Think about it like lifting weights. The only way to get stronger is by putting resistance on your muscles, and that resistance tears the muscle fibers so they can rebuild stronger than before. Life works the same way. The obstacles, the pain, the failures, and the disappointments are all resistance, and every time you choose to push through instead of giving up, you come out stronger. Many people want success without struggle, but that is impossible. Success without struggle is empty because it doesn't teach you endurance or discipline. Struggle teaches you patience when things don't go your way. It teaches you determination when doors close in your face. And it teaches you creativity when the path forward isn't clear. Without struggle, you remain the same. But with it, you transform into someone capable of handling more, achieving more, and becoming more. When life gets hard, most people complain or look for shortcuts. But those who embrace the struggle, those who decide to learn from it instead of running from it, discover a new level of strength inside themselves. It is in the toughest battles that the strongest warriors are formed. Struggle doesn't just build your strength, it reveals it. Every time you endure pain and keep moving forward, you prove to yourself that you're stronger than you thought. And that inner strength becomes the foundation for every victory you achieve in the future. Every setback you face is not the end of your journey, but the preparation for a stronger return. When life knocks you down, it might feel like failure has the final word, but in reality, setbacks are only temporary pauses that set the stage for a greater comeback. Think about the greatest success stories in history. None of them were written without chapters of struggle, defeat, or rejection. What makes those stories powerful is not that everything went smoothly, but that the individuals refused to let a setback define them. Each time they fell, they got back up with more wisdom, more experience, and more hunger than before. That is the essence of turning a setback into a setup. The delay, the rejection, the mistake, all of it adds fuel to your determination if you choose to see it the right way. A setback teaches you what doesn't work. It sharpens your skills, and it forces you to look deeper into yourself for solutions you didn't know you had. Without setbacks, there would be no comebacks, and without comebacks, there would be no stories of victory worth telling. The beauty of a comeback is that it doesn't just prove others wrong, it proves to you that you are capable of more than you imagine. Every time you rise after being knocked down, you elevate your own belief in yourself and show the world that defeat is never final unless you accept it. The comeback always carries more power than the original attempt because it is born from resilience, wisdom, and unshakable determination. When you shift your perspective and see every setback as an opportunity for growth, you position yourself for a comeback so strong that even your enemies and doubters cannot ignore it. Resilience is what truly separates those who achieve greatness from those who settle for mediocrity. Talent can give you a head start, but it is resilience that keeps you in the game when challenges arise. Life will test you with difficulties, delays, and disappointments, and in those moments, talent alone will not carry you through. The people who succeed at the highest level are not always the most gifted, but they are the ones who refuse to quit when things get hard. Resilience is about bouncing back when life knocks you down, about standing up after every fall, and about pushing forward even when the path is full of obstacles. It is the ability to keep your focus on the goal while others are distracted by setbacks. Resilient people understand that challenges are not permanent roadblocks, but temporary hurdles designed to strengthen their resolve. They don't see failure as the end, but as a lesson that prepares them for future success. Every time you refuse to give up, you build mental toughness and endurance, the qualities that champions are made of. Talent may impress people, but resilience earns respect because it proves you are willing to pay the price that greatness demands. Many people quit right before their breakthrough because they lack resilience. But those who hold on, those who endure the struggle and keep fighting no matter how long it takes, eventually reach levels of success that talent alone could never achieve. Resilience transforms ordinary individuals into extraordinary achievers by teaching them to turn obstacles into opportunities and pain into power. When everything around you says stop and you still find a reason to keep going, that is the moment resilience begins to carve out your greatness. Pain is one of the most powerful forces in life, but its impact depends on how you choose to respond to it. Many people allow pain to paralyze them, to keep them stuck in fear, regret, or self-pity. But those who rise above use pain as fuel. Every wound carries a lesson. Every disappointment contains wisdom, and every hardship has the potential to transform into strength if you refuse to waste it. Pain forces you to confront parts of yourself that comfort never will. It demands growth, it demands change, and it demands that you dig deeper into your own potential. When you take the energy of your struggles and redirect it toward progress, you turn your pain into power. The people who inspire us most are not those who never suffered, but those who took their suffering and used it to create something greater. Pain can break you if you let it, but it can also become the very thing that pushes you to heights you never thought possible. Instead of asking why pain showed up in your life, start asking how you can use it. Every tear you've shed, every loss you've endured, every challenge you've faced can become fuel for determination and resilience. Pain sharpens your focus, strengthens your drive, and reminds you that you are stronger than you believed. It is in the darkest moments that the brightest light often emerges. When you learn to embrace pain and transform it into motivation, you stop seeing it as an enemy, start seeing it as a powerful teacher. That shift in perspective is what allows you to turn moments of struggle into moments of strength and turn temporary suffering into lasting achievement. Your struggle is not just about you. It is about the story you are building that will one day inspire others. Every challenge you face, every obstacle you overcome becomes part of a testimony that can encourage someone else to keep going. People don't connect to perfection. They connect to perseverance. They want to hear about the moments you felt like quitting, but chose to stand, about the nights you cried, but still got up in the morning to fight, about the times you failed yet refused to stay down. That is what gives your journey power. When you overcome struggle, you gain credibility because you're not just speaking theories or ideas. You're speaking from lived experience. Your scars become proof that healing is possible. Your setbacks become evidence that comebacks are real. The story you live through your struggles has the potential to give someone else hope who may feel like giving up on life, on dreams, or on themselves. That is why it is so important not to waste your pain or your trials. Everything you go through can be used to strengthen not only you, but also the people who watch your journey. Your testimony becomes a light in someone else's darkness, a reminder that no matter how bad it looks, there is always a way forward. Every time you push through and overcome, you give permission to others to believe they can do the same. What once felt like a curse in your life becomes the very blessing that equips you to lead, motivate, and inspire. Struggles don't just create your strength, they create your story, and that story has the power to change lives far beyond your own. Every struggle you face has a purpose. Every setback carries the seed of a comeback, and every ounce of pain can be turned into power if you refuse to quit. Don't run from your challenges. Embrace them, learn from them, and rise through them. Because one day, the very battles that tried to break you will become the story that inspires the world. Turn your struggles into strength and let your comeback be louder than any setback.